Hi, this is Kuti for DFA. Today we'll be discussing the 3 most basic and essential steps for every editor to take before they start editing. The most important step you need to take as a non-linear editor, no matter the operating system, no matter the software you're going to edit with, no matter the platform, is to create a folder where you're going to dump all your projects. Everything that has to do with it will be in it. To start with, we are going to create a folder inside of these DFA folders. I am going to come on it, double click on it to open it, and I'm going to click on this icon up here, as you can see, or I right click in the window, go to new and create a folder. I'm going to name this folder DFA files, and inside DFA files I am going to create another set of folder by double clicking on it. Since our choice software for editing is Adobe Premiere Pro Creative Cloud 2017, we are going to create a folder here and name the folder Project Files. I'm going to click enter. Then after that, I'm going to create another folder by clicking on the icon, folder icon, and create raw clips, or you can say raw footages. I'll click enter on that. And then after the folder, I'm going to create another one, and I'm going to call sound, or sound files rather, just to be sure we get it all clean. These 3 folders that we have created are very, very important for editors. Reason why is because whenever you are not around and somebody else needs to take over your project, it makes it easy for the person to know exactly where to find what he or she is looking for. Now, if I want to do anything that has to do with sound on any project I'm working on, I just click inside the sound files, and inside the sound files there will be 2 folders which I would expect everyone to create, which should be the theme song folder. Apart from that, you're going to have your sound effects folder also. In case you're working on a project that needs a lot of sound effects, create other folders where you have your voice in case the audio is recorded separately. Inside raw clips folder, there are different things you can have in here too. You can actually have, first of all, our main visuals. Now your main visuals are separated into different aspects depending on what you want to shoot or what you are editing. Under your main visuals, you can actually have your close-up shots from different cameras. If you have different cameras taking your shots for you, or you might as well say maybe camera 1, you understand? And then under this you can actually have camera 2 also. These are for the main materials that you work with. Now we'll go back outside to the raw clips folder. Inside this folder you can actually have another folder that will be called your cutaways. You can actually have it named abstracts also, you know, depending on how you choose, but then they're still mean the same thing. Your cutaways are those kind of shots that you use in movies. When taking for instance a high profile series like Suits, you know, sometimes in the project or in the movie when it's going on, you get to see like a very wide angle shot of a city and all those things. Like those are abstracts, or you call them establishment shots, but then for the purpose of this lecture we're going to call them cutaways or abstracts also. Now apart from these 2, there are other things you now can bring into your raw clips or other folders depending on what you are working with. Having done all this, we are going to go into our project files. Now your project files determines where your software saves the main handle that links everybody to what you are doing. It is on that particular handle you click that you get to access everything you are doing in your project. Now for instance, we are using Adobe Premiere Pro, which is right here. By the time I open Adobe Premiere Pro, so wait for the software to launch. That's going to take a couple of seconds or a couple of minutes depending on the configuration of your system. After launching Adobe Premiere Pro, which is open right now, what you get to do is the second major step. That is what we're talking about. You know, we said this particular episode is to treat the first 3 major steps you have to take as an editor, apart from getting your system. So now the second major step you're going to have to face or take as an editor before you start any project or while starting any project is naming your project. Now we're going to go over and click on new project, and here I'm going to say DFA 3 major steps. That is the name of the project as you've seen it there. Now we're going to go to do the next thing, which is going to set up our scratch disks, or what we are going to be putting our files and folders and everything. As you can see, everything here has been set to where I'm supposed to use for it, but then we are going to reset it to what we are going to use now. So right now I'm going to click on this instead of clicking on custom to change the location. As you can see, it says location is D drive, district facilitators, DFA, edit in 5 minute series, Premiere project files, and all those things like that. Now, for the purpose of this training, I'm just going to leave it there right now, but then this is the way you get to set it. Now you're going to go to browse, you click on browse, and inside browse, you see this is the folder, the district media, where I have everything placed. And then I go inside district facilitators. Inside district facilitators, I go into DFA, edit in 5 minute series, and inside I go to Premiere Pro, and I have all this there. But for the basic foundation, or for the basis of what we are doing, or to prove what we are doing, as you can see, this particular folder is totally empty right now. But I'm going to go back out now. I'm going to go to desktop, which is where I am supposed to save it just for this training series. Anyways, I'm going to click on DFA files, and inside DFA files, I'm going to click on project files, and I'm going to click select folder. Now, automatically, this has been changed because that's where my videos would go if I was going to be logging videos using tapes or other means. But then, even if you're going to copy, also you get to copy your video files even into this project. So I'm going to go back into my captured audio, and I'm going to do exactly the same thing. Go to desktop, which is where my main folder is. I'm going to click on DFA. Then inside DFA, I'm going to click on DFA files. Then under project files, I'm going to select folder. As you can see, the two of them are set to exactly the same thing. Now my video previews and everything, I am going to put them in the same folder also, so that whoever is going to come on board would be able to have complete access to everything you are doing. So now I'm going to come back here right now. Instead of changing it manually one by one, just click on this and go to same as project. It automatically changes itself, and I'm going to click here. You see it's there already linked to it, DFA files, project files, and it's all on my desktop. So I'm going to select folder. I'm going to come here too and do the same thing. As you can see, it will change also automatically. I'm going to select folder 2. Here it's going to be the same thing. Just to be sure it's done, select folder also, and then motion graphics title, I'm going to click on the same thing also. So everything that has to do with that particular project is all going to be in the same folder. And the moment I click OK, you check back here, you see there are now different folders inside my project files folder. Remember, I said all audio previews and video previews should go inside this folder also. So by the time this is created, I am still going to have one more icon here, which is the next major step, which is actually the third step you have to take as an editor before you begin any project. Remember, there are 3 major steps you have to take apart from having your system, which is a basic necessity. So now that I have this opened here, I am going to come here, which is the second step anyways. Now the third step is to click on File, and always remember the moment to start a project, save. You can always do that using Ctrl S. Now by the time we go back inside our folder to check, we should be having an icon that would say this project is saved in this particular folder. And I'm going to go to File Preferences, Save As. I'm going to come to my desktop, which is where I want to put it. Go to DFA for project files, and inside project files, I'm going to save it as I'm going to do DFA Intro to Non-Linear Editing, -3 major steps. Now, after saving it this way, remember I have saved. You're going to come back inside the folder. Now you see it there. Another point you need to put into cognizance or always take note of is the fact that you always have to save a copy, a backup. So you can go here and say save a copy. It will come back here and create a copy for you. If you check inside your folder, you will see the two of them there. You always must have a backup of backup. Yes, the software automatically itself is programmed to always save at least 5 of your projects automatically over a period of time. You know, it saves in incrementals and keeps 5 projects minimum, but you can always reconfigure it to your own satisfaction. Thank you for viewing this particular episode. We've come to the very wonderful end of it. Remember, we said everything always be under 10 minutes. Don't forget to follow us on all our social media handles, most especially YouTube and Instagram, where you get to see most of these videos. Please remember to leave your comments ask your questions. No matter what it is, we will attend to it.